Yo, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a full 20-30 minute breakdown on exactly how I make my clients' meal plans. I'm going to be going on my coaching app. I'm going to be showing you guys literally exactly how I make this. This is how I make all of my clients' meal plans. You can digest and take all the information from this video, how I set up the proteins, the carbs, the fats. It's simple. For this client specifically, he likes a simple meal plan. He doesn't like variety, so it's not going to be flashy. We're not going to have all these beautiful, good looking meals. Giving everything away here for free. So there should be no excuse why you don't have a six pack in 3 months, because I'm giving you all the information, right? So I want to explain fat loss in a very simple term so you can kind of get this. So fat is pretty much a form of stored energy, right? So we're getting energy constantly. We're getting energy from the sun. Sun is being transferred onto the plants. Who eats plants? We eat plants. Animals eat plants. We eat animals. We make grains. It's energy, right? Our body
Mhm.
functions off of energy. Everything that we eat has energy. Our body burns a certain level of energy. This is what you call your total daily energy expenditure. So your TDEE is pretty much how many calories your body burns to maintain its current weight, right? So you weigh 210 pounds. This is your TDEE. So this is what you call your total daily energy expenditure. This is pretty much how much energy your body burns. And it comprises of four things. Your body burns energy doing four things. The first thing is we have your basal metabolic rate. This is how many calories your body burns to simply be alive. The function of your lungs, your heart, all organs. This is pretty much what is required for you to keep your heart beating. Everybody has a different level BMR, but for the most part, it's simply the amount of energy your body burns to simply just stay alive, right? And not, you could sit down and do nothing.
Mhm.
A part of what we do. So that this is a part of your calories. So like let's say your body burned 1400 calories to keep you alive. That's your BMR. Now
Okay.
let's say how much calories your body burns in terms of what you do. So the way I just scratch my face, the way that I'm speaking, the way that I'm moving when I'm shifting in my seat, when I get up and walk, when I use the bathroom, when I'm cooking, when I'm cleaning. This is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, right? So this is how many calories that your body burns in terms of just non-exercise activities, right?
Mhm.
Now, it actually takes up a large portion of how many calories you burn because it's throughout the entire day because you're constantly moving and shifting, right? Now we have the thermic effect of food, right? So your body burns calories when it digests food. Simple. So when we diet, we're going to have a high protein diet. Your body burns the most amount of energy digesting protein. So naturally, when I put you on my diet, you're going to burn more fat than usual because you're going to be burning more energy because your body is going to be burning a lot of protein and you're going to be losing fat a lot easier. The last thing is we have exercise activity thermogenesis. So we have you going to the gym. Isn't it kind of funny how this takes up the smallest portion of how many
Mhm.
calories you burn? And then you would think that physical activity would take up a larger portion, but it really doesn't as much, bro. And you can see all these
Mhm.
different images of your total daily energy expenditure, aka the calories you burn. So now this is what your maintenance is. So your maintenance is how many calories your body burns, which makes up of four of these things to maintain how much you weigh right now. That is how much energy you burn. How much energy you eat naturally matches your energy expenditure. So if I burn 2000 calories a day, I eat 2000 calories and I maintain my weight. Simple. If I gain weight, well, guess what? I would probably eat more than that. Now we have what we call thermodynamics, energy transfer. So understand this: energy, calories, food, it cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from something else to another, an object to another object, or whatever you want to call it. So when we take in energy and we have not burnt as much energy that like in a specific day, like say I burn only 2000 calories and I end up eating 2900 calories and I did not burn off those extra calories that I ate. What would happen to those calories? Simply due to the law of energy, your body needs to transfer that energy. So that is what we call fat. Fat
Mhm.
is a form of energy, but it's a form of energy that is stored on your body. So the reason why you're 210 pounds is because on a consistent basis of time, due to the food that you've been eating, you have naturally given your body too much energy than it needed, and it's stored it as extra fat. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to do the opposite. So now we know what your maintenance is. We're going to simply get your maintenance and we're going to subtract energy from your maintenance. So now what's going to happen? Your maintenance is, let's say, your maintenance is going to be around 3,200 calories is going to be your maintenance. Let's say we eat around 2,600 calories, right? So those extra 600 calories, what happens is your body's like, whoa, we're trying to function today. Where's all this extra? And like, we don't have the food. So what's going to happen is your body is going to use your fat as energy. So that is what you call being in a fat burning state. You're in a caloric deficit, right? So we're eating less energy than our body needs. So our body can use that as energy for fat loss. I'm going to pretty much go through this entire thing with you and explain this. So now I'm going to open up a document and we're going to just do this live. I'm actually going to post this as a YouTube video so my people can understand how to craft a meal plan for themselves. But they're not going to be able to understand this for their specific body because, again, everybody's maintenance is different. Through what you submitted to me and what I can tell from your age, your lifestyle, and the way you live, your maintenance calories is roughly going to be around 3,200 due to the fact that you're 210 pounds, right? So this is roughly how many calories you've naturally eaten. If I were to see everything you eat, like let's say if I magically pulled a food log out of my ass and I could just see everything you've eaten in the past couple of years, it would all, on average, every day would add up to 3,200. Even if one day you ate no food, throughout the time you could have been eating 5,000 calories one day, 2,000 one day, 3,000 one day, 2,000 one day, 6,000. Like naturally, it'll average out to this, which is going to be your weight. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to shred the fucking fat off as fast as we can, right? We're going to start this off aggressive. Actually, my old approach used to be starting things off slow. I'm going to start things off with you burning fat a lot faster, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put you in a 750 calorie deficit. Now, this is considerably a decently large deficit, but it's nothing crazy. We're going to be eating around 2,450 calories, right? And we're going to start off with this, and we're going to sit here probably for a good month or two. So now part of these calories, we have our macronutrients. So calories, we have types of calories. We have protein, we have carbs, we have fats. They all have different functions. Protein, you know protein, it's fucking meat, right? Protein is, again, it's a macronutrient made up of amino acids. It's essentially for repairing the damaged muscle tissues from when you train and when you are in the gym lifting weights and you pretty much damage muscle fibers, right? The body needs to recover using amino acids that you get from protein. Now, there's different types of protein with the best types of amino acids, and the higher quality protein you eat, the better you recover. The better you recover, the more jacked you get. So your protein is going to start off pretty high because I want you burning a lot of calories. We're going to start off your protein around 200 and again, a lot of people are against having super high protein diets, but I'm not. 220 grams of protein, right? So this is a decent amount of protein, I'll be honest. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to calculate your fat. Now, fat is where we're getting fat from protein, but we're also getting fats from our nuts, from avocado, and from our oils. But we have good fats and bad fats, right? So what we're going to do is I like fat to be around 35% of your diet. We're going to start your fat off pretty high, as high as we can. So we're going to do pretty much 73.5 grams of fat. We'll just taper it down to 70 grams of fat, right? So so fats are essential for hormonal function, digestion, and your overall mood, right? So fats are super important, right? If you're not getting fat in, your test is going to be all fucked up. You're not going to have good energy and whatnot, right? So fat, now we have protein, fat. Now, what are we missing? Carbs. Now, carbs are super essential for fat loss. Carbs give us energy, allow us to perform in the gym. We're not here to build a physique that looks like shit. We're not here to get to a number on the scale. We are here to build an impressive physique. We need to train hard. We need to train like a savage in the gym, which is fueled through carbohydrates. Never listen to anybody who tells you to cut carbs. You need carbs. There are going to be some times where your carbs are lower than other, but again, we're going to start your carbs off decently high. Now, typically guys who are a bit more on the bigger overweight side, I don't like to stack a shit ton of carbs in the beginning. I like to stack protein, keeps carbs a bit lower because you're not that sensitive to insulin. And we don't want to just keep spiking your insulin, spiking your blood sugar. We're going to want to make you very sensitive to the insulin. So we're going to try to drop the carbs a bit. So we're not going low carb, but we're definitely not going high carb. So I may even take your protein and put it even a bit higher here for you. Everybody's body type is different. Like if you were a different guy, and let's say you were a skinny fat guy who came to me, your carbs would be a lot higher. So let's go. Now there's 4 calories per gram of protein, so that would give us 920 calories from protein. There are 9 calories per gram of fat, so that would give us 630 calories from our fats. Now 630 plus 920 is going to give us a total of 1,500 calories from our fats and our protein. Now, what we're going to do is subtract that from our maintenance so we can get our carbs. So that will give us 2,450. That'll give us 900 calories. And 900 divided by 4 is going to give us 225 grams of carbohydrates. Very good. All right. So this is roughly right above your body weight. You're getting a good amount of carbs. Depending on your energy and how you respond to things and whatnot, like your carbs may go up to 260 highest, but for right now, we're just going to keep them in that 225 range, which is perfect. Okay. So now we're going to craft a meal plan for you. So I knew before in this program, like for another guy, his training program, his meal plan could be structured out differently based off of what he likes. I know that you like simplicity, so we're going to make this simple and good tasting, right? So people who are watching this video, this is exactly how you're going to structure your meal plan. You're going to structure your meal plan by getting your own calorie tracking app. I use Chronometer. Now, what you do is you open up a blank page, because this is the method I've always used. I'm giving out so much free sauce. I'm like the guy who gives out so much free information. It's crazy. Like my whole audience should be jacked, but they're not. Okay, we're going to start off with breakfast. So breakfast, every single meal works from simple. I'll show you this. I'll actually go back here. So breakfast is really simple. We have our meals that we can kind of play with here. It's simple. These aren't your macros, of course, but these are types of meals that we can easily fit into your macros. Protein, carbs, fats. So now, taking a look at what we want to do for your breakfast, we have all sorts of options, right? So now, breakfast. So our breakfast options, okay, breakfast. It's simple, bro. You take a look at a carb source you like, a protein source you like, and a fat source. So for breakfast, here our carb options are going to be, we have oats, we have sourdough bread, whole wheat bread. You can obviously, if you'd like to have rice, you can eat that first thing in the morning. You have options for fruit on the side, and you have potatoes. So typically though, when you make a meal plan, you want to be conscious of when your client or when you like to work out. So what time do you like to work out typically?
It'd probably be the afternoon.
All right.
After I get out of work.
Perfect. So for my people who are watching this video, structuring their meal plan, you're going to structure it based off of the type of carbohydrate you're eating. So I'm not going to have my client eat a fast digesting carbohydrate when he doesn't need it. So we're going to opt for something a bit slower or mid. So we're going to think about whole wheat sourdough bread, potatoes, or oats. There's no need for fast digesting carbs. If your first workout was directly right when you got up, I would give you a fast digesting carb, and I'd be like, you need to eat like. We're gonna start your day off. I want you to start your day off with simple. We go Dave's Killer Bread. Where do you shop for groceries?
I either go to Albertsons or there's a Sprouts here too.
We do Dave's Killer Bread. We're gonna do 3 slices. We're gonna do eggs. We're gonna do 2 eggs. We're gonna do 2 eggs. We're gonna mix that with egg whites. So right now we're picking protein. So protein, we're already at 42 grams. So if we know we have to hit 230 grams, roughly each meal should be around 55 grams of protein. So what we're going to do, turkey sausage or turkey bacon?
I guess turkey bacon. I don't think I've.
We're going to do this. We're going to do, uncured turkey bacon. We're going to do 3 slices. I know your fat's going to be 70 grams, so every single meal we're going to probably want to have a bit more. 70 grams of fat divided by 4. All right, we can't do any more fat than this. So we're gonna head with this. We're gonna do 3 slices of this. 60 grams of protein. Carbs are a bit lower on this meal, but we don't need a lot of carbs like in the morning. Like when we first get up, I'll be so honest. We're getting whole wheat bread. We're getting two eggs. You're gonna whisk your eggs with the egg whites. You're gonna get tons of volume from that, and it's gonna be a simple meal. 572 calories, and roughly this is going to be. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what we want. Meal 2. Now we take a look at meals. We're going to do, again, same exact thing, proteins, carbs, fats. It's simple. Making a meal plan is so easy, right? So I know that you're going to train at what time?
At least latest probably be 6. Earliest, if I get out earlier, probably around 5.
You think 4 meals works for you or 3?
3, definitely. I've ate more meals, like try to do that. But I just never have enough time.
All right. So now let me take a look at this meal. Carb source first. I'm going to go for your second meal, knowing that you're working at 6. I want you to have this meal before you lift, of course. So this is going to be rice, a bit of a faster digested carbohydrate. You guys got to understand the glycemic index. Basically, the faster a carbohydrate digests, the higher it is on the glycemic index. When we digest carbohydrates, when we eat it, it's broken down into glucose, aka blood sugar, in our bloodstream. Now, every single carbohydrate, when digested, can spike our blood sugar faster, meaning we would get more glucose energy, right? So glucose is our body's main source of energy when we lift and when we work out. So when you're making a meal plan, you're going to want to be very careful of like, okay, if I know I'm lifting at 3 o'clock, I'm not going to have something that's slow digesting because the energy is going to take longer to get to my body. So rice is always something that can digest within 1 to 2 hours. So we're already going to go. I know every single meal I want to have around, because he's eating 225 grams of carbs, I want to have around 75 grams of carbs. So I'm already starting off this meal pretty dense in rice. We're going to do 230 grams of rice, right? So this could be a lot of carbs. Now we got to get our protein in. We have around 75 grams of protein to get in. And my client also has a decent amount of fat to get in as well. So I know in my mind, I want to opt for something that's probably a bit leaner. I mean, a bit fattier. So we're gonna go with some ground beef here. Let's take a look at what ground beef that this market that he shops at has. We're going to see ground beef, and we're going to want to pick lean ground beefs. So 85, no, 93 is really good. We have these cheaper-ish brands, Sprouts, 93. Okay,
That's mostly the one I get right though.
yeah, Sprouts 93 looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what it's what the nutrition label is. So okay, so it's ground beef. Going to do 93. Yep. And making sure that each serving is 160 calories. So now we're going to do 225 grams will get us roughly 46 grams of protein. So we have 620 calories in this meal. Of our protein, we did 250. Okay. Now we have 18 grams of that. We have this. Now, what if I threw in a smaller protein bar? Let's see what that could do for us. Built bar, 160 calories. It's looking a bit better. Fat isn't as high, so what I can even do, take the protein down just a tad bit. 67 fat here. We can always adjust it at the end, right? Then our next meal could be higher in protein. So this meal, we may have to supplement some sort of shaken, maybe to get our calories in a bit higher, get our protein in. So I'm going to opt for a lean protein source here. So what we're going to do is potatoes. And let's throw some rice cakes here. We'll do this. I'll make up for the lack of protein in this meal. Now, this is you got to be smart when you're doing calories. So it's just like I am wanting this meal to be just like a high carb meal because your breakfast was not a lot of carbs. So I want to add in more carbs. So to make up for the lack of protein in this meal, we're going to make up for it in our next meal. So we're going to do rice cake. We're going to do 2 rice cakes. 99 grams of carbs is good. Now we can take a look at our protein. We can throw our protein down to 200. Yep. We could keep our carbs there. Fat's a bit lower, right? So, yes, this meal, so you understand this. This meal is under where we should be. So we know we have to eat around 2,500 calories. Divide that by 3. It's roughly around 833 calories. We're lacking here, so we make up for those extra calories lost in this meal. So we know that 853 minus 762 is 91 calories made up. So we have an extra 91 calories, and we subtract that by. There we go. All right, so we're all good here. So now next meal, rice cake, boom. Fat carbs are looking really good. 58 grams of carbs, 99 grams of carbs. All right, so this is decent enough of carbs. Now let's take a look at our last meal. So we're gonna get some carbs in here as well. So let's do some sweet potato. How are you thinking about sweet potato?
Uh, I'm not. I'm not really a big fan of potatoes in general, to be honest.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What about potato? Is it like do you not like them because you just don't like the taste? Like can you not eat it? Or is it just like other food just sounds a lot more appetizing for you?
It's just I think the time it would take to cook it.
Okay.
Uh, Sweet potatoes especially though, I kind of just don't like at all.
All right, regular potatoes can taste really good.
Mm,
So it takes me 20 minutes to make my potatoes.
mm.
I don't know what your stance is on that. Uh
So, like I said, you're the coach, so you know more. But I'm just saying, like, what I would normally do is uh, meal prep a whole bunch of rice, and that would pretty much be my carb source for the days.
which is nothing wrong with that. There's
Hmm.
actually nothing wrong with that because rice is always a carb source you can never go down with. It's just so different. I'm not used to having a client who doesn't really like variety, which is actually makes my job a lot
Hmm.
easier because I'm so used to just being like, all right, we're going with this, that meal. So even on this meal, we're gonna throw in some veggies in at the end, right?
Okay.
So we got some white rice. Let's do some quick maths real quick. All right, we have six. All right, so we have 300 calories from our rice. We have 230 grams of rice, decent amount of rice. Now let's take a look at. Let's go with this. So again, ground turkey or ground chicken is if we take a look at like our protein sources again, it's really simple for protein. We have a bit of a fattier one. We're not going to go with salmon because salmon's like I feel like salmon takes a longer time to cook. So we're going to go with chicken, turkey, plus either Greek yogurt or a shake. So I'm thinking here we're going to opt for what do you like better, chicken or
Uh,
turkey?
chicken for sure.
Let's go. It's going to be high. A lot of this shit. 64 grams of protein. So we're making up for our lack of protein in this one, right? So we're having 70 grams of protein in this meal. And realistically, if we add up our protein here, 70, 62, 69, we only need 30 more grams of protein in. And typically a shake is 30 grams of protein. So we're fine. Perfect. So we're doing that. And now let's throw in some broccoli or I know a lot of my clients don't like asparagus. What's your thing
I
on
mean,
this?
I like broccoli.
We could do some broccoli. Broccoli can be good when you cook it well. We do cooked broccoli, 150 grams of this. Decent. That's a good amount of volume. And we can go ahead and I want to throw a little bit of fruit in there, some fiber, some berries. We're just gonna go 150 grams of strawberries. And now, perfect. So we have this last meal here. Sauce is optional, but we have to just track it. Now, let's take a look at a shake, right? So protein powder, which one do you use? If not, I can recommend you to go buy a specific one.
So I have one that's called Transparent. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh, this one, right?
Yeah, that one.
You like it? Tastes good?
Yeah, I like it. I have two different flavors, the vanilla and the chocolate one.
All right, let's go ahead and make some sort of like small protein smoothie bowl we can kind of throw together. Let's just be a quick shake. You got a blender?
Yeah, one around here.
All right, bet. We're gonna go transparent protein. Which flavor do you have?
I have both the top one, the chocolate and the vanilla one.
What do you feel like you can stay consistent with like more often? Like I can only see I see myself having chocolate every day, but some people may
Mhm.
not. What do you think?
I mean, I have more of the chocolate, so probably that one. I only have one of the vanilla.
So we're gonna go 1 scoop of this, and now we're gonna throw in some almond milk, and we're gonna go 175 grams of almond milk. Now we're gonna get some frozen bananas, and we're going to do 100 grams of that, 100 grams of bananas, and we're going to do some PB2 cacao. So this is going to be kind of like a peanut butter tasting one.
Oh.
We're going to do 13 grams of that. And we're going to go. This is literally all we need. Because this meal, I'm going to add this up, and if I really already because I'm already blind doing it. Like I don't know if we're gonna hit the calories here because this is where I usually do adjustments.
Okay.
We quite literally are only we're only off on 90 calories. So let's just take a look at where we are shooting over in terms of our calories and take off from there because your protein is high. You don't even need that much. So we can even take off take this to 2x, and we can take your ground beef to 180 grams. Now we can see that. So now let's add our protein up again. 63, 58, 75, and 34. 230 grams of protein on the dot. That's exactly what we're aiming for. Now, take a look at our carbs. We have 26, 73, 99, and 58. 256 grams of carbs, a little bit over. So now all I have to do is take a look at what we have here in your meals and be like, okay, let's just take off some carbs. I think that last meal, we just don't need this amount of rice. We just only need 200 grams. And I think that we only really need 100 grams of bananas instead. And let's see. Dave's, I still want 3 slices there. Jasmine rice, I still want 200 grams. Rice cakes, I still want 2 of those. Let's go into 180. Boom. So now let's add our calories together, and I guarantee we're gonna hit it on the spot now. 71, 799, 30, and 306. We have hit our calories. Perfect. So now it's really easy to make a meal plan. You guys watching, you see how easy it was? You see how I broke everything down simply from, okay, I need to hit my macros. I need to know that it's high quality, that this guy can enjoy it, that this guy can stick to it. Every client's different. You're different. The person watching this video, I promise that you may look at this meal plan and be like, I can never stick to this. I have been able to make meal plans, including sandwiches, including wraps, because my clients can have the time to make a sandwich. I cannot be asked to make a wrap. I do not care how good that shit tastes, bro. I will just put my beef and potatoes on the plate way easier. I like freaking shakes, bro. I like shakes. Some people can't stand shakes. That's your problem, right? No, I'm playing. But anyways, we have all of our macros up in here. We had everything. Perfect. This is enjoyable. We got a nice little protein bar in there as well. A little snack in there. And this is simple for him to stick to. We got our carbs. You see, everything is simple. I'll go through every meal. We have carbs, bread. We have fats, protein, eggs. We have protein from egg whites. We have protein and fats from turkey bacon. And we have carbs from banana. Now we have jasmine rice, carbs, ground beef, fats, and protein. We have hot sauce, just flavor. We have protein bar, carbs and protein. We have a rice cake, straight carbs for pre-workout. So now I want you guys to understand this. This meal is different a bit than this meal. Why? Because we have some rice cakes, fast digesting. Before he goes to lift, has this meal 1 to 2 hours before he goes to workout. Let's say he eats this meal at 3 or 4 o'clock. He lifts at 6 o'clock. Sick, amazing workout. Plus the energy he already had from the breakfast. Now this is going to be a post-workout meal. Rice, chicken, broccoli. We got fiber in there. Fiber is important. Fiber keeps you full and satiated. Fats are important. Fats are slow digesting. Protein burns more calories, slower digesting. This is a meal plan crafted for a person who needs to lose fat and also get jacked, right? So this is going to get him results. I guarantee you, I can document Jose's journey. In a month from now, he's 210 pounds or around 209 or something like that. I guarantee he's going to be around 200 pounds. I guarantee he's going to be around 200 pounds because he's going to lose around 1 to 2 pounds, probably 1.5 to 2 pounds of fat per week. Simple, right? Plus some water weight. Simple. This plus water, plus magnesium, a bit of supplements, creatine. That's all you really need. Now, we're going to just put this into your meal plan.